Hello, this is Bill Merkles from Brainmaster Technologies. We're here today to show you the procedure to actually use the 4-channel training capability within Discovery. We're also going to look at the use of the Z-Score DLL, the 4-channel, to access the normative database using the Discovery for training purposes. As we get started, the first steps we always do, especially with the new Z-Score training module, is let's log in and verify that this device is Z-Score compatible. As I hit login, I'm then going to hit OK, and then I see that yes indeed it is Z-Score training is enabled. So we hit OK. Now our next step is let's go ahead and create a folder in which we can test the Z-scores. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and go folder selections. We're going to go create new folder in the upper right hand corner. And this time I'm going to do again a nice simple folder. Usually you may use some coding system, but I'm going to go ahead and go build test Z-score. Okay? I hit OK. I hit OK. And then notice we don't really have any Z-score training or anything listed in here. So right now we're simply going to grab the use pause and unpause just to give us some kind of settings. We hit OK. Our next step is viewer chain settings. Here we want to go up to data channels first. With the data channels, we're going to go ahead and go down to the electrodes and training info at the very bottom. As we click on that, we see we have some channels available. We want to make sure we put an age for the client. Know their eye condition is going to be eyes open. We'll hit OK. We then want to verify that it's 4 channels. Okay, and let's just check one more time for the sites. As I hit trainee info, we see that it's C3, C4, P3, P4. But I want to change it. I want to make this an F3, F4. So I simply slide up, find F3, I click it, go to channel 2, slide up, find F3, I click it. And then the other adjustment we want to make is let's make sure all of our references listed are LE for linked ears. Okay. The ground could be at CZ. Just for simplicity, I'm going to use GND for ground. Okay, so we have our 4 sites, F3. Oh, look at that. There was a mistake. We wanted F4. So you always want to double check. So F3, F4, P3, P4, linked ears. Client is 39 years old. Their eyes will be open. We hit OK. With a Discovery, which is a little different than the Atlantis, is we need to go into the Discovery Acquisition Control. As we go here, we notice that right now we're set up for 19 channels. Not really what we want to do since we're just going to be training 4. Our first step is in the lower right hand corner we see 2 buttons, select all or deselect all. Let's deselect all to start. Our next step is we have a button down at the very bottom that says add trained channels. Okay, as I click that, you see that it actually gave us F3, F4. Okay, and then you want to verify. We still want to make sure P3, P4. Okay. So right now we're training F3, F4, P3, P4, linked ear references, and ground. So I hit OK. We can make any other changes that we'd like in the software here. If we wanted to save EEG to disk, we could. For this exercise, I'm going to leave the notch filters on. Normally, again, we want those off when we're training a live client. This will just be doing a simulation. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Okay. Everything else is pretty good. There's some things that I'd like to turn off because we're doing z-score. Notice, because we started with a generic settings file, we have standard amplitude-based protocol set. Now we don't want that. So we go training control, and then we make sure everything is on ignore. As we go down the list of ignores, and we're over on the list on the right hand side now, we just go ignore, ignore. Then let's check some of the other channels. Channel 2, down at the bottom, or I'm sorry, in about the middle half of the page. Again, we need to set some ignores. Theta to an ignore towards the top, low beta to an ignore, high beta to an ignore. Check channel 3, they're all on ignore. Channel 4, they're all on ignore. So we're good there. In our auto thresholding options, let's make sure this is off for this purpose. We hit OK. We hit OK. Now at this point, because of this exercise, I'd like to make this simulation because again we don't have a client actually hooked up. So we hit OK. Let's go use these settings and let's take a look at what we have. Go run the next session. This is the first time we're running z-scores on this computer, so notice what's going to happen. We're going to hit go. It's giving us the ready to start. We hit OK. It's saying that we're going to initialize z-score training, the age of the client, that it's eyes open. We then hit yes, but now it gives us our license agreement. This is the A&I license agreement. That's Applied Neuroscience Incorporated. We need to hit the I accept this license, go to OK, and then we get our security key. Okay, currently this system is not logged in. So what we're going to do is we've taken this security key A. What you're going to want to do with that is you're going to want to send that to Applied Neuroscience. Okay, their email is QEEG@appliedneuroscience.com. When you send that there, they're going to send you back what's called a security B key. And we've done that exercise here, so we're going to go ahead and type in this security B key for this particular PC. Okay, we go put the actual code in. And again, this code's going to be different for every computer. The z-score DLL locks to one PC. Not like our software where you can put it on 100 different computers and it's actually looking at the serial number of the device. The z-score is actually looking at the PC it's installed on. So you want to make sure that as you install, you're thinking, is this the computer I'm going to use for a while? You don't want to just install it randomly and burn a license, because to get another license is going to cost you. So you gotta be thinking about what you're installing.